Hello Year 4, and for today's learning journey, Monday the 11th of January, we are going to create a story map of the mousehole cat, and this is to help you recall the key events of the story, so all the main things that happen in the story. So you are going to need your notes from the reading session earlier on today to help you complete this task. Now I've got an example. Okay, so this is what you was asked to do earlier, and if I zoom in on this, you can see what I've done as an example. So if you haven't managed to get all your notes, you can have a look at what I've done. So in the beginning, we're introduced to a small village called Mousehole in Cornwall. It is named after a mouse hole because of the narrow opening to the harbour in the breakwaters. We are introduced to Mouser the cat and an old fisherman called Tom. Okay, so the build up then, what happens next? So there was a terrible winter and the great storm cat was stirring out at sea. The fishing boats, however, were safe in the harbour, but they couldn't get out to sea, so the villagers were all running out of food. Let's scroll down a bit. So the problem, obviously they're running out of food, and the fishermen tried to take their boats out, but the great storm cat kept stopping them. Old Tom felt he should go out and try because he didn't have any family that would worry about him. It was just him and Mouser. So he thought it was his duty to go out and save the village. The resolution, they managed to get out to the fishing grounds. It appeared that Mouser's singing was calming the great storm cat. And Tom was able to catch a great haul of fish and take them home to the villagers. They were worried, but they were determined to get back to the villagers. Okay, so that was Tom and Mouser. They still had the storm to battle, but obviously Mouser's singing helped them get back safely. And the ending, the villagers knew that old Tom had gone out and risked his life to get food for them all. So each night they lit candles and they were waiting for his return. On Tom's return, they had a great feast, and to this day, every Christmas Eve, the people of Mousehole celebrate with a great fish feast in memory of old Tom and Mouser the cat. Okay, so you might want to pause it on this so you can have a look at the notes if I go up. So you can pause there. And you can pause there. And you can pause it on there to have a look at. Okay, so what we're going to do with all these notes that we made, we're going to turn it into a story map. This is quite a nice activity. Now, I've got an example of one. It's not the best example, but it was done by, I think this might have been Year 3 child. You can see it's not the neatest. They've used underline without a ruler, and you know that's my bugbear. But it's the example. So the story map then, they've drawn, if you can see it, I'll zoom in actually, I'll get a bit closer again. So how the story map, so we've got, it's very faint on there, but basically they've drawn a line starting at the beginning down here. So that line goes up, and you can see it goes around there, so that's the build up, and then it goes down, the line goes down for the problem, and then it comes back up again. You can see the problem right down the bottom there, so that's a line, it follows round, and then the resolution as things get sorted out. So it's like a story map, so basically a wiggly line that you follow to put all the key events of the story on there. And you can see that it's got a title, the story map of Mousehole Cat. You can see that parts of the story are labelled, the build up, the problem, the resolution, and the ending down there. Okay, so you're using your notes from the reading session earlier, and you're using them to make your story map, and you can see there's some nice pictures on there as well. You can see old Tom there, so you might want to have a look at the actual story that I sent you. I'll put that in that will be in the reading section from this morning in your portfolio, so you've got a copy of the story as well. Okay, so I shall look forward to seeing your story maps. If you could take a picture of those and upload them to Class Dojo, I look forward to seeing those. Okay, take care then, Year 4. I shall see you soon.